Hello, I'm Claire Dow, Chair of the Friends of the Pembrokeshire Coast, and today I am continuing my Coast Path walk. It's the 8th of June and I'm now standing looking over Gateholm in Marloes Sands. I've got a very useful sign in front of me telling me to go. We're going left. We're walking towards Dale today. It's about 8.2 miles. We're going to St Anne's Head and then I'll be walking around St Anne's Head. Someone just walking past. Good morning.
Good morning. Lovely day, Brett.
It is, certainly. I've got lots of people walking past. We've got a few of the friends walking with me today. I'm now just going to go over to Karen. She told me some interesting facts. I'll tell you an interesting fact. I'm looking at Gateholm at the moment, and apparently there are 150 roundhouses, Iron Age houses on Gateholm. Gateholm was a very important settlement, and in later times, apparently there was also a monastery there, but Karen's going to tell me some other things about today. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning. Yeah, so more recently, Gateholm was the scene of, if you've seen the film Snow White and the Huntsman with Kristen Scott.
I haven't.
But the castle that they were in was actually CGI, but it was kind of on Gateholm, and the battle scene with all the horses was on Marloes Beach. So they set up all their stables and everything in the fields up here on the coast, and they filmed it all on Marloes Sands. So try and watch the film, and then you can spot it. So,
right, I haven't watched the film, so I think I've always sort of shunned that film, never watched it, but I'm now going to watch it. I think as a result of what you just told me.
Really good.
So it's very interesting. I do know that Pembrokeshire is used quite a lot for filming. There's been I've got the name, the grave.
Oh,
Dobby's grave, and they use fresh water.
Yeah.
They've used various places. I think Tembury's used quite a lot for films. I think St David's
it's so beautiful,
film. It's so beautiful and rugged that it is used a lot as a film set. So
a lovely view of Skokeham there in the background.
Yes. Yes, I went to a talk also this week about the wildlife on Stokeham as well. There are several not rare species, or red species. I think a lot of the birds are red species at the moment, but they're doing quite well on Stokeham. So yeah, that is quite a good view of it as well. Okay, right, we are off on our walks then today. So here we are looking down at Marloes Sands, absolutely beautiful beach, and where I've learnt is that was used as a film set. It's not a bad day, a bit sunny, not too much wind. We are in June, but it's still quite cold. We've still got it's about 12 degrees at the moment. But Pembrokeshire coast, as ever, looking most beautiful, always turquoise seas. We've just had somebody come past with a number on their back. We think there might be a race on today. We're going to have to see how that develops. Whether we're going to get people racing past us all day, I don't know. We'll find out, and I'll tell you all about it if we do. So yeah, just walking down past Marloes Sands, down into the dip here. I think Marloes keeps its beauty probably because you have to walk to get there. There's no car park right on the beach. So going down. Past a few people, and here we've got some people going up. I might actually ask these people if they're walking. I'm walking a whole of the coast path. Are you?
Yeah.
You look as though you've got a big pack on your back.
Yes.
I'm walking as the chair of the Friends of the Pembrokeshire Coast.
Okay.
I just thought I'm doing it in sections, and I'm having people join me. I'm just wondering if you're doing the whole thing. Do you mind just telling me where you come from and how long you've been walking for? Do you mind being on my camera?
I don't mind.
Okay.
We started this morning in Dale.
Yes.
We started in Emsworth, I think. Emsworth.
Last Monday.
Monday, and we have 2 weeks to try and walk as far as we can get.
Right. You may do it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not. We don't know yet.
If you stop and chat with me, I might slow you down. But no, it's always fascinating. When I see big pack, I want to stop and see where you come from and how far you've gotten.
We come from Holland.
Holland,
Exactly.
okay.
And in the north of Holland, and we are father and son.
Right.
And many years ago, we made a tour in Scotland, and now
this time we
said
doing
it is necessary for the own contact, for our own communication.
Yes.
To do this tour.
Absolutely, absolutely. Walking and talking is so important.
Exactly.
It's so important.
Exactly.
Further views of the end of Marloes Beach. And I've got the band of followers in front and the band of followers behind in this walk today. Already we've met a lot of people on the coast path, including the one I just stopped and had a chat with, which was a Dutch father and son who decided to walk the whole of the coast path to reconnect with each other. I think it's a lovely thing to do, and they're hoping to walk the whole of the coast path in 2 weeks, which is just about possible. So that was good to have a chat with them. So towards now, walking towards a field of cows. You can see this time of the year, we're in the pink season now, the foxgloves. Particularly prominent as we walk along. We've just stopped at a bank of wildflowers, beautiful colours, yellows, blues, pinks, and hopefully Karen, who's with me, is going to explain what's what.
Okay, so we've got sea campion over here, the lovely white flower. Up here we've got scurvy grass. We've got thrift, of course, which is just kind of going through now at this time of year. This purple one, not sure if that's devil's bit scabious or sheep bit scabious. Could be either. Over here we've got wild thyme. Lovely little purple flower.
Beautiful
there.
colour.
Yeah. What else have we got?
What is the yellow? It's not dandelion. What
I
is the
don't
yellow?
know what that one is. I should do.
It's very common, but yeah, it's not. I know it's not dandelions. And we've got the pinks that are over.
Yes.
That are not pink anymore. They're going white. But all in all, a pretty amazing bank of Pembrokeshire colour. Thank you very much, Karen. Just catching up on some more flowers. We've got lots of sea mayweed, not dog daisies as I always called them, and a little patch of stone crop. Beautiful little delicate flowers. So again, a different bank of flowers going along here, mostly the sea mayweed. And it's all going all down the cliffs to my right. I had to be a little bit careful, and we are quite near the edge here. So I need to concentrate where I'm walking. This again, look. And the stone crop, lots and lots of it. Big banks. And back to the pink. And it's funny how it's in patches, because we're getting to a bit now that's quite clear, which is green. We've now got to Dale airfield, airstrip, quite a large area of land here. I'm told that the airfield was used in both World Wars, World War I and II. Hopefully now it's a haven for wildlife, but you can still see, as I'm walking along it, the concrete slabs that were put down there when it was originally built. And obviously you get a good run in from the sea with no mountains or rocks in the way, unlike, dare I say, the St David's airfield, where there had been fatalities with aircraft, particularly a Canadian aircraft that came down, lost its way in the fog and mist, and came down near Carniddy. This here, it's a little flatter, and the aircraft can land more safely. But apparently there are numerous airfields in Pembrokeshire, mostly now derelict or not used, but they were all put here for the war effort. just starting. Hang on. Hello, I've just met another father and son walking out today. Would you like to tell me what you're doing today?
Just out for a nice jolly walk from Dale to Marloes.
Dale to Marloes. And guess what?
Picked up in Marloes and have a coffee there.
Right, guess what we're doing? We're doing Marloes to Dale today. But are you walking St Anne's Head as well? All the way around there? No. So
we've done Dale straight.
That's right, which is about 4 or 5 miles, I think. Yeah, and we're doing St Anne's Head as well.
Oh, you're doing that as well?
So it'd be about 10, about 8 to 10.
You have tea instead of a lunch then?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So no, it's nice. Apparently, to my left is a little cottage that was left after the airfield was built, although it seems to be quite a big cottage now. We're now going uphill, and if you look over to my right, you can see quite a rockfall. We're going into West Dale, but there's quite a big rockfall there where the land slipped into the sea. Onwards and upwards, I think this is one of our first steep climbs up of the day. I think we're just going to go down over a small brook and then up to the bracken. You can now see Dale Harbour to my left, just half a mile away, and to my right, West Dale. So I'm on a reasonably narrow peninsula. I'm afraid we're not taking the shortcut straight into Dale, but we've now are going to be walking around the 5 miles of St Anne's Head, coming back round to Dale via Dale Fort. So we can see where we're going to end up, but we're not there yet. And you can also see there the Dale Castle as well, and quite a wooded area. So off we go now to St Anne's Head. The sun is now out, and we can look back at where we've walked in previous sections. We've now got fantastically blue sea, and we're heading on towards St Anne's Head. It looks cloudy this way, but where we are, we have blue sky, which is great. So hopefully another nice day. See back at the cottage. We've now come to Keat. As you can see, hopefully it's National Trust land, so we'll see if the terrain changes. So onwards, I believe there is a National Trust car park at Keat. That's a possible place that people can park at to come and walk along around St Anne's Head. I think I can see already that the terrain has become a lot wilder. Hopefully looked after as well. It does seem to me that the path is quite overgrown. I think a lot of this is due to the fact we've had so much rain this year. And we've got plenty of red camping along here as well. We're just heading now towards St Anne's Head Lighthouse. A fairly long history of the lighthouse. Various lighthouses were here. I think the main lighthouse was built in 1910, I believe. Do let me know if I've got these dates wrong. And there are also some cottages that go with the Coast Guard Centre as well.
Oh,
I've just met somebody called John on the coast path. Would you like to tell me who you are and where you come from?
my name's John Lynn. Come from Maine in the U.S. It's in the upper right corner of the continent.
Right.
And very similar to this. And we're walking. Well, I'm following my son Ryan. He's in charge.
Right. Do you know you're the third father and son set of people I've met today, which is really
none
impressive.
of them were fighting.
No, they said it's a good way to walk and talk. So I'm impressed. Today is Father and Son Day, obviously. But I think you've got some questions to ask about.
Well, okay. First, I saw a foundation to this area here. It looks like it preceded this construction. Curious about that. And the towers that look like they're redundant, although this one looks like an air traffic control, but no airport. So I assume it's a navigational link, as that one says it is. But why?
Why?
Right together. And there was another one. Oh yeah, part of the foundation for this seems to be a tunnel coming out down by the cliffs. I wonder if that's where the princess escapes from the evil stepmother.
It's kind of been a military base for a long, long time. So you would have seen the stone that says Henry Tudor, founder of the Tudor dynasty, landed in Mill Bay. Have you seen that stone? No, maybe you didn't go.
Have you heard of the Battle of Bosworth Fields? Because he actually landed here and then marched all across Wales and had the massive Battle of Bosworth Fields and then became king. So that it's a very, very important site.
13th century, sometime around
1485. We all think 1485. Yeah, I learned that one. Yeah, that's that bit. He actually arrived here.
These are both. They were lighthouses. One supersedes the other. That is now the big one is redundant, and it's actually a holiday home.
Someone's
Actually,
private home?
it's currently for sale. If you fancy.
What did I bring with me?
Well, you can see the side actually. Because that's the sales side. So you could do that up and have the most amazing view by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go home and get my cash.
Yeah.
Next time I'll come with it.
Yeah.
And then that's a functioning lighthouse, the small white one.
Oh yeah, there's a sign for that
Yeah,
effect,
and
too.
the cottages there are the old lighthouse keepers' cottages that were built in the 1800s, I think.
Oh wow. Now it has a tourism sign on.
Yeah, so you can rent those. And then this set here were all kind of military officers' houses, going back a bit earlier than that, early 1800s. So there's a company called Trinity who run all the lighthouses and used to run all the kind of Coast Guard military kind of bases. And the steps that you saw are called Trinity Steps, and they used to bring the supplies in for St Anne's Head on donkeys up there. And we think, I'm not sure if that's found out yet, but we think the bunker that you saw, the white thing, was possibly storing gunpowder or something like that. Yeah.
Rockets for the Coast Guard.
Well, the rockets is my house, Rocket House.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Leftovers?
No, we haven't found any rockets. Yeah.
We've just had an amazing stop for lunch with amazing views, and we're now walking back onto the path. You can see the wall along here. I'm told that this used to be the walled garden of the lighthouse keeper, and that the lighthouse keeper would grow all his veg in the walled garden, and there is some hope to actually restore this and bring it back to use or community use. So interesting history of this little bit of walled garden in front of us. But I'm going to have a look at the steps, which is where they brought supplies for the lighthouse. So we're actually going to have a look at some steps where they brought supplies in from the sea for the lighthouse keeper. So yeah. I'll leave the camera on if I can and go down carefully rather than for the taking pictures. Whoops, that one's quite big. Okay, right, let's have a look in here then.
We have two searchlights.
Gosh,
One searchlight.
here we are. Through the lodge. It's got a bit dark. I don't know whether you can see anything. I'm now walking through a lodge, a dark old building, and I'm coming out again into the sunshine.
And then I think as years went
Gosh.
by, they added an engine here, and I think, right, all the stuff up to the edge. Right.
So is this listed or anything? All of this?
No,
And then we're looking down onto the beach.
no.
Wow. And we've now got buildings we're going into now, into the cliff. What was this? We don't know.
Don't really know. I mean, it would have been built by the Royal Engineers,
Yeah.
and they would have stored stuff, possibly
Ammunition,
gunpowder.
yeah, gunpowder or something out of the way, yeah. Gosh, let's go in. It may be that the camera goes at this point. Gosh. This type of roof it reminds me of the roof in Fishguard where they had the gunpowder store.
Yeah.
Actually, and there's a hole in the roof as well. I don't know what that's for.
Yeah.
Can you see the hole in the roof?
Yeah.
Gosh. Well. Well, you've certainly got some interesting projects that you could actually
Yes.
get going with, the buildings into the cliff and the walled garden, and it's lovely. So here we are, and we're on the cliffs now, and interesting, I can see opposite there, that's just not a cave, there just happens to be.
There are little bits of caves all around. That's Mill Bay
Right.
across there.
Right.
And then you're going to walk obviously round to
Yeah.
Blockhouse and stuff.
Amazing. So is this the beach? Are we there at the beach yet? Is that the beach that the landing was made at? I'm now looking down over the wall, and you can see all the dressed stone. You can see the steps going all the way down to the beach. So a remarkable bit of work going on to put this in place.
I've been a few times.
And we're up on the top
I prefer when the
here, and look how beautiful the sea is. Beautiful turquoise bay. I'm now just stopping at the stone with a plaque marking the spot where Henry Tudor, Earl of Richmond, landed at Mill Bay on the 7th of August 1485 with 55 ships and 4,000 men landing at Dale. He then travelled to West Wales, gathering local support, and then struck east. On the 22nd of August 1485, Henry defeated Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth and became King Henry VII, founder of the Tudor dynasty. And here I am standing in the very bay where Henry Tudor landed. You can see what a beautiful day it is. You can also see the rig out to sea, and coming up the other side of the bay, back on the top of the headland. Quite steep steps. Back into the flowers. What a beautiful day. Someone down there with their dog. And you can look back as to where we've walked. We can see here now the towers, which were navigation aids for the shipping coming in out of Milford Haven. Possibly old technology now, but there are 3 such towers here. But anyway, it's now owned by Landmark Trust as somewhere you can actually hire out for your holiday. There we are, you can see the entrance. And it says Landmark Trust. We're now looking at Wattick Bay. Doesn't it look amazing? Golden sands, hardly any people, there's someone went along with their dogs. And turquoise as ever, turquoise sea. It could be in the Caribbean, and blue sky. Look at how wonderful Pembrokeshire is. And we've also got yachts. It could be in the Mediterranean. We've got yachts sitting out in the bay also. I've just met somebody else today who appears to be walking the whole of the coast path. Hello, would you like to tell me who you are and what you're doing today?
Hi, I'm Jenny, and I'm walking today I've started at Milford Haven and I'm walking to Dale, but I've already got to Dale, but walking the whole of the Dale Peninsula.
Right.
And then finishing tonight and then going on to Cardigan for next Sunday.
Right.
So it's about 15 days of walking with 1 or 2 rest days.
That's right, yeah, it does take about that long.
But I'm loving it, and the weather has just been amazing, hasn't it?
It's been amazing. Do you come from this area?
No,
or
we come from Hertfordshire.
Hertfordshire. First time here?
Yeah, first time here.
Wow,
yes,
it's nice to hear that.
It. Very overgrown, lots of bits of it with the bracken.
I mean, it has. I think it's just come out in the last few weeks, actually, so we're finding that as well.
Thank you.
And look, we've got a ferry going by. Look, just the Irish ferries just going by. So no, it's always interesting to hear from people that it's their first time in Pembrokeshire.
Yes.
So yeah.
Well, I did 2 years ago. I did the Ridgeway Trail, and last year I did the Cotswold Way. And I don't know why, I just thought it'd be lovely to do a coastal path.
Yeah.
And
we can't get lost as long as you've got the sea on the
it's
same
fabulous.
side, and then you're
Keep
fine.
the sea on the left.
Yeah,
and So I'm going from south to north, whereas a lot of people are doing it from north to south.
Yeah, we're doing it north. Obviously,
Yes,
obviously.
yes.
Unless I've gone wrong, we're going north to south. So yes.
Oh, good.
Okay, thank you very much.
Great.
We're now over the brow. We can see further light piloting ships into Milford Haven, and we can now see Dale Fort, where we had a trip a little while ago, a year or so ago, with the friends around Dale Fort. So we've just got to go round this part, which I think includes going through some woods, and then we'll be into Dale, and that will be the end of our walk for today. Just look at that sky, blue sky. Really interesting people we've met today from Thailand, Malaysia, Holland, Maine, US. Pembrokeshire coast is certainly internationally famous, and also people from the UK who it's their first time coming to Pembrokeshire, who are incredibly enthusiastic at how it is. So a really lovely set of people today we've met and chatted to. We're now walking along a lovely wooded, shady area with the sea on our right. You can see through the trees, beautiful trees, along a road from Dale Fort. We'll just turn the corner now, and we will have Dale, the centre of Dale, in our sights, and that will be the end of today's walk. It's been a gorgeous day. We're now coming into Dale. Interesting carving on the tree. Here's Dale. Sorry about that. On the film we're just discussing cups of tea. We've just come to the end of the walk, but look, here we are in Dale. Lots of boats in the harbour, and this is the end of our walk for today, and the next walk will start here in Dale. So lovely day's walk. It's about just gone 4 o'clock, and we're at the end of our walk today on June the 8th.